Welcome back, friends. I have another business news story that you need to know about. So I was reading my business news this week, and a news story popped up about a company that's really been struggling during the pandemic, and they are about to enter into bankruptcy. And one of the things that they're thinking of doing is issuing stock to raise money to get them out of their financial issues. And my head almost exploded. And I'm gonna talk about this a little bit. I'm not gonna show you the actual news story because I don't want to put the company on blast. But there's actually been a whole bunch of companies who have been talking about doing this. They're about to enter bankruptcy, and they're talking about issuing stock and selling stock to investors before they go into bankruptcy. And this is horrible. This is horrible. And let's talk about this. The first thing I want to know is who is buying the stock? Who is going out and buying stock of companies that are about to go bankrupt? So I want to share with you just a basic general business rule of thumb, because I think maybe some people haven't heard this. Do not buy stock of a company that is about to go bankrupt. And I'm going to explain to you why. You usually only will buy a stock if you think you're going to get a return on your investment, because why else would you buy it? You buy stock because you think you'll either sell it later for more money or you'll be able to get income from dividends from that stock. So that means you think the company is going to be around a while, generating a profit that will eventually flow back to you. But there's these companies, and there's a bunch of them, that are on the verge of bankruptcy, who are thinking of selling stock as a way to raise money. And it's because the stock market has been doing very well over the last 6 months, and they think that, there's a lot of potential money out there. But here's the problem. For those people who buy the stock, and then if the company enters into bankruptcy, you can lose all that investment. Because when a company goes through bankruptcy, the stockholders or equity holders do not get priority. Debt holders, or people who have liabilities in the business, get paid out before you. So usually what happens in bankruptcy is people who hold stock lose everything. They get nothing because they get paid out last. So, when you look at a balance sheet for a business, you're going to see a couple of things. You're going to see the liabilities that the business holds, and then you're going to see owner's equity. Now, the value on the balance sheet of owner's equity is not necessarily the same as the value of stock in the market. But what you have to realize is all those people in that liability section, they get paid before you. That's how it works. They have preference. So we're going to do some quick calculations for you here. So let's say you're looking at one of these companies, and let's say you are going to invest $10,000. Let's say you're going to buy $10,000 of stock. You should think a little bit about the potential upside and the potential downside. What's the good and the bad outcomes here? Let's say you do some analysis and you think, quickly here there could be an 8% bump in the stock. There could be an 8% upside. So let's say $10,000 with an 8% upside would be $800. But the downside here is that if the company goes bankrupt, you could lose all of your money. And so the downside, of course, is negative 100% times your cash investment, which is you can lose all of your money. So you have a massive downside, minimal upside. And so this comes back to my original premise. Do not buy stock of a company that is about to go bankrupt. And, usually whenever you purchase stock, a lot of thought and analysis goes in it. You should do a lot of homework on these companies, but I will just give you my own opinion. If I'm evaluating different equity options or different stock purchases, the first thing I look at is this company about to go bankrupt or not? You can just ask yourself a simple question. And if the answer is yes, they're about to go bankrupt, don't buy into this company. Go look at other options. There's plenty of other options out there that doesn't carry this huge risk to you. And I also have to say, shame on these companies for trying something like this. Because they know, if they do this, they know that that stock is not worth what they're selling it for. And I don't think that the SEC or the stock exchanges should even allow companies to do this if they're about to go bankrupt. So bottom line, stop buying stock in companies that are about to go bankrupt. Thank you so much for watching. If you have accounting questions, you can always email me through my website, wolvesandfinance.com, and I will reply with my rates. I'm Zach from Wolves and Finance. Let's go out and make some money.